What a show last Saturday night Joe Burrow and LSU put on. 471 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and Joe joins us now on the show. How do you best describe kind of the environment, the competition that was part of what was such an early season spectacle?
Yeah, the atmosphere was awesome. Those Texas fans were crazy, and we knew what we were getting ourselves into. I think we stepped up to the challenge. I kind of love those competitions, so I know Coach Herman's a fiery guy too, so I was excited to get into that.
You gave him a little, I don't know if it was a beauty pageant wave or a queen. what was that little, what was that goodbye you were giving those folks down there?
Yeah, that was just a little wave. They had been talking some trash behind us all night, and I had enough of it for a little bit.
Understood. Well, the best way to silence people is to walk out with a win. There were a number of different throws that you made that I think jumped off the screen at me. Is there a moment that particularly was satisfying, a play that was made at a specific time that's worth talking about here?
I mean, that last touchdown we threw, they brought 0. They had one more than we could block, and I kind of stepped up in the pocket, moved left, and somehow got the ball off. No, I think that was one of the better throws I've ever made in my football career, to be honest.
Well, it was the right time to make it. And there was a really cool moment with you and Coach Herman afterwards. He had been at Ohio State, obviously you had, and I respect that those moments are private, so I'm not asking verbatim, but can you share kind of the essence of what that was? Because, I mean, you guys have just had this really great competition, and you beat him, but he's got a big smile on his face. It seemed like a really pure moment.
Yeah, he just told me how happy he was for me and how proud he was, because we had a great relationship when he was recruiting me, and he was, one of the only coaches in the country at that level of college football that believed in me. So I owe a lot to him, and I just wanted to pay my respects to Coach Herman, and he just told me how much he loved me and how proud he was.
Right on. Joe, I wouldn't necessarily understand it, and our viewers probably wouldn't either, but a lot's been made of Joe Brady coming over from the Saints to be your passing game coordinator. In what way is it most easy to describe what's different about what you all are trying to do on offense?
We make all 11 defenders defend the entire part of the field. No defender can take a play off, because at any time, if they make a lapse in the defense, we're going to hit them right there.
All right, last big picture thought. It is so early, but you know how this goes. People can't help themselves. They start looking down the road to November and, a team you could be on a collision course with. What's your responsibility day in, day out to make sure that you and your entire team doesn't do that?
I mean, if we do that, we're going to lose a game. And the rest of our schedule is too daunting to look ahead to that one. We have, top 10 teams, ranked teams all throughout our schedule. So if we look ahead, we're going to lose a game, so we can't afford to do that.
Understood. Joe, listen, I appreciate you taking the time, man. It's fun to see guys that, like I say, bet on themselves, work hard, and get to the place where you are. It's still early, still a lot of work to do, so go do it, man. Be healthy, all right?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.